Mr. Bhautik Sheth is the founder of IPAN and Digital Marketing and Management Services, started in 2014. He offers his services to Uttar Trashida University. He is a chief organizer of Social Media Day Surat. 2016. He is a former online trainer of Google and Manipal Global Education Program. Mr. Bhautik has been associated as a trainer with international organization for importer and exporter and being exporter in Surat. He has trained more than 50,000 people for digital marketing through seminars, webinars, workshops and training programs at national and international level. He has presented many research papers on digital marketing at national and international conference, out of which many has been chosen as best papers, and his 7 research papers on digital marketing have been already published in countrywide and global journals. Thus, with a perfect blend of management skills and creative thinking ability, Mr. Bhautik Sheth has been rendering his services as a digital marketing consultant to SMEs as well as large-scale businesses, service industry, and the startups.
I decided to go with a very unique topic today, guys, that is related to the Instagram stories. And we have to understand how we can use Instagram stories and how we can engage people, and from the engagement, how we can generate the conversion. So during next 40, 45 or maybe 50 minutes, we'll be discussing on the different tips and techniques. Also, we are going to discuss on the different types of funnels that you as a marketer can use. Meanwhile, I would like you guys to keep your questions ready so that during last 10 to 15 minutes, we can discuss on the questions. So let's start with the presentation. Before we go to the Instagram stories, it is very important for all of us to understand that why these stories are so important. Okay, so to start with, there are almost 1 billion users globally who are using Instagram, and that's not a small number. Believe me, people have adopted Instagram so swiftly and they are using it so nicely. And not on Instagram, but the number of users who are using these stories has reached 500 million as daily users. And as per the data released in June 2018, globally there are around 500 million daily users who are using Instagram stories. And yes, stories have basically become the highly popular among the youth and working professionals. So if we are talking about the millennials, if you're talking about the young professionals, entrepreneurs, startup owners, or the customers who are into their mid 20s, maybe early 30s, globally, this is your target audience. They're not only using Instagram, but they have started using Instagram stories so effectively. So if you see as a business, there are people who have used Instagram stories basically to promote their own selves. So there are, you see, that people who have started working as a micro influencers, macro influencers. These are the people who are promoting themselves. They are very happy to share their selfies. They are very happy to share their group pictures and whatsoever activities they are doing. Whensoever they are going, they keep taking the pictures and the small clips of videos. They keep sharing it on their storyboards. So basically, the idea of using all these features, specifically the features available in the Instagram story, is it becomes so easy and convenient for the users to share whatsoever they are doing into their day-to-day life. Now, if you go back a couple of years, the only thing that people were having to share with their friends and the family and the relatives was the platforms like Facebook. But then we had seen that there was a Snapchat, and Snapchat has become popular because only of the reason that it was providing the stories that could stay there on the platform for 24 hours. And this is what this generation, they literally like this concept that now they were free to share whatsoever they are doing, whatsoever they are seeing, whatsoever they are eating. They were free to share because they did not want to keep it in their profile for lifetime. They only wanted to keep maybe for 24 hours. So basically, the popularity of 24 hours content was become possible because of the Snapchat earlier, but then Instagram, they have adopted this concept and they have literally embedded this concept into their own Instagram app. So if we go through the journey of this, the journey has been so interesting, guys. So the journey was like this. If you see, somewhere in 2016 August, Instagram launched the Instagram stories. So we can say it's not even 3 years. Within a couple of months, that was in October in 2016, Instagram story user, they crossed 100 million mark. In January 2017, the mark was crossed 150 million, and by the time April 2017, it crossed 200 million users. So guys, this was the time period where Instagram stories actually surpassed the Snapchat users count. And then the market, as they realize that this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity where they can literally use stories to engage people, and they can also convert them. So the sales generation became possible. And when we are talking about the sales generation, when we are talking about the conversion, we should not only focus on the ads, but also with the organic activity. Then in the November 2017, the 300 million mark, June 2018, 400 million mark, and by the time January 2019, this year, it has crossed 500 million users. It's a big number. For any feature of the existing social media to cross the 500 million user mark within 3 years period of time is not a small thing. And we have to take it so positively, and we have to consider it as one of the most important marketing strategy, because the only reason of considering it as a most important, one of the rather most important marketing strategies, is that the Facebook, the company itself, has given so much importance to the Instagram app as well as the Instagram stories. So what is the recent uh, updation about Instagram altogether? So recently, the Facebook has completed their 10th F8 Facebook Developers Conference, and just like every year, they have announced so many things, and even this year they have announced so many important updates. So basically, they have shared something related to Facebook. Obviously, they've also shared some important announcement related to WhatsApp. They've shared something related to Instagram, and specifically also about their VR glasses, that is Oculus. So if you see, they are focusing, as a company, they are focusing on each and every platform so seriously. Now, because I'm following this F8 conference from last couple of years now, and what I understood, that each and every platform, the individual platform, whether it's a Facebook, whether Instagram, WhatsApp, now WhatsApp Business, or then if you can see the VR and AR integration, then the Oculus came. Facebook as a company is so serious and they have a dedicated team of the people who are working so hard to get people onto it, to give more and more new features, and like that, they are actually giving an updated reasons to the users, so that basically they do not want people to leave the platform. And this is the story with the most of the other social networking sites. If you see, it all started with Orkut, and then recently Google Plus, or even in the last 1 year or so, we had seen that the number of users on Snapchat has also decreased. So if you see, this is the scenario with most of the social networking sites, that when they are at the peak, they have very good number of users, but very quickly the number of users, they start losing the interest. And here Instagram has successfully maintained the interest of the users. So let me very quickly take you to the glimpse of only and only the updates related to Instagram in this recently concluded Facebook F8 conference. So what was that? Okay. So now Instagram is going to focus more on content and the conversion. This is what they said during this F8 conference. And the head of Instagram, that is Adam Mosseri, according to him, he has announced something related to content creativity and the sales. So the first update was Instagram app will have dedicated shopping process. Sellers will now use Instagram to sell the products through shopping features. Now, if you are an avid user of Instagram, if you are doing some advertisements, paid ads on Instagram, you might have seen the recent update that through your post, you can directly take people to the product catalog, and from the product catalog people can buy the products, they can put in the cart, and this is how they complete the the sales process. So this is what now they are going to focus more, and they are going to take it to the all the other nations globally. uh, the next update is something related to the create mode. So Instagram is putting a lot of focus on the creativity, and now there will be a create mode within the Instagram app only, from where users will be able to make more creative content using the augmented reality. So there it is very much similar to what I feel similar to the Snapchat lens. So a year or 1.5 years ago, Snapchat introduced this concept of Snapchat lens. So a user can use this and standalone software called Lens for Snapchat. They can create their own 3D models related to the brand, related to the logo. Maybe you can create the mascot out of your product. If you are selling the burgers, you can create the mascot of your burger, and that through that Lens standalone software, you can put it into the Snapchat application that all the people can use when they are coming to your restaurant. They are having your burgers, and at the same time they can use this uh, mascot. So this looks very similar to that. Only time will say that what exactly create mode is, but yes, it is very much clear that it will be a mode where more and more augmented reality features will be given to the developers and the creators who are willing to create something very cool augmented reality features. Okay, then the next update is related to the likes, what people are liking to other contents. So basically, to demote the feeling of competition, people will not be able to see who have liked others' post on Instagram. So they feel that it creates a sense of competition among the users, and somewhere it is becoming so disappointing for the people who are not able to generate more number of likes on on their own post. So while going through, if you're liking somebody else's post, you can see that you and other number of people have liked that post, and also you can see who are those people who have liked that post. So the idea over here of Instagram is just not to promote the numbers, so that they are basically they do not want to create the sense of competition among the users. And I personally feel this can become one of the genuine reason where basically users will keep themselves focused, and instead of going on and seeing and checking that what exactly people are literally doing, and they are not being able to do, and their competitors have been doing. So I think this will be a very good idea, just to hide the number of likes what other people are getting on their Instagram feed post. Instagram will focus heavily to combat bullying. So somewhere they feel that the content that is harassing people, like what we call the cyberbullying, that is happening on the Facebook already, and now it has started happening on the Instagram. So they are going to have a kind of checkup activity, where if people are doing this kind of bullying activity, so Instagram is going to become so serious on that, and they are going to take some good action. So these are some of the updates that Mark Zuckerberg and his team, specifically Adam Mosseri, they declared during this F8 Facebook Developer Conference. Yes, there were not many announcements this year related to stories or maybe a new feature. But if you have seen over the period of year, last year, Instagram has uh, announced so many different new features, specifically in the category of the stickers and the poll and quiz. So there's so many new features. So altogether, if you see, it is inviting the creativity of the users. So if you are creative enough, you can have all these features available. It's up to you how you are using it, how smartly you are using it. But then our main focus has to be not only using all these features and the stickers and the polls and the quizzes just to make somebody happy, just to make your friends and the family members happy, but as a businessman, as a marketer, how you are going to use all these features. Do you have something to create as a sales funnel? That becomes so crucial. So later on, I am going to show you some of the examples, the live examples of this kind of stories and how, what kind of results it could got. It literally generated for me, and I think it's a very proven technique that I am using now quite frequently. And talking about myself, this is what I'm doing from last couple of months now, and I've been able to engage people on Instagram a lot. I've been able to get people through my stories. They have gone through stories. So when I see to the analytics of my own stories, I observed that the number of people who are seeing my stories today has increased, and that because I created some strategy for myself, and positively and very successfully I could be able to engage people on my stories, and that I could see from the analytics. So I'll share some examples later on. Okay, so guys, to start all these activities and after understanding what Mark Zuckerberg and his team is focusing on, basically the strategy is the key, because basically, as I said, you have to create Instagram stories, an integrated part of your social media marketing strategy. So what exactly social media marketing includes? So basically, social media marketing is a part of your overall digital marketing strategy. And when you are talking about the omni-channel marketing, where you're not only focusing on the digital platform, but also you are focusing on the traditional method of marketing, the traditional media, you cannot forget uh, involving all the available social media marketing platform. So whether you are a kind of business that is dealing with the directly to the customers, you are a business that is directly dealing with the other businesses, that is B2B model, or maybe you are a kind of business that is dealing with other businesses, and hence you are reaching out to the ultimate end user. uh, you can use all the different types of social media. So let us understand like this. If you are a company and manufacturing some direct product and directly selling to the customers, so how you are going to use the different social media marketing platforms in your strategy? So if you are if you are selling the laptops and the computer peripherals, but obviously you will be have a different kind of target audiences. You may have the students, then you have the college students, you have the startup company owners, you have the working professionals, you have the business people, you have all kind of different target audiences. Now when you see these different target audiences, you'll come to know that the kind of spending capacity they have is very different. So the product that you want to sell to the avid businessman, you are not going to promote it or you are not going to pitch it to the students who are right now studying in the school or maybe colleges. Similarly, the startup owners, they heavily invest. They would like to invest in the machines like laptops and the computers. So they are okay with it that if they can spend little bit more money to get the good machine. So looking at all these things, you have to adopt the strategy, and then you have to choose the social media marketing strategies. So you can use social networking site like Facebook or maybe Instagram, and then LinkedIn and the YouTube. Even you can use Pinterest, but specifically you are focusing on the Instagram. You know that your target audience is going to be the students, the school students, the college students, young professionals, entrepreneurs, the entrepreneurs who are into their mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s, or maybe mid 30s. So this would be your target audience, and accordingly then you have to focus on your Instagram stories. So guys, don't directly jump onto creating your Instagram business profile and then starting putting your pictures of your laptops, and every now and then you're putting the stories and then you're expecting that something will happen. No, it will not happen. You have to be very much sure for whom you are creating the stories and who is your target audience. It will give you a very clear cut idea, and I think it will definitely is going to help you in creating the beautiful stories. Once you have decided your social networking sites to promote your products or services, then next you can use the cross-platform strategy. And believe me, Facebook and Instagram together works better. Now, why I'm saying you this? So the idea is, when you are using Instagram, and specifically when you're uploading the story on the Instagram, you can also share the same story on your Facebook. So you don't need to download the story or maybe save the picture and go back to Facebook and upload the picture on the Facebook story. From the Instagram story itself, you can share it on the Facebook. And like that, when people who have been connected with you on Facebook from last 8-10 years. So, but obviously, if you're the new Instagram users, all those people might not be connected with you on Instagram. So, at least you are sending the message that whatsoever activities you are doing on Instagram, by sharing it on the Facebook, you are telling them that you are very active on Instagram, and the same people who have joined you on Facebook can come to your Instagram and they can follow you. So you might be thinking that why should I have the duplication of the followers? So the people who are already there with me on Facebook, I don't need them again on Instagram. So here the idea is very simple. You need to have more and more number of followers, because Instagram has a different algorithm. They work differently. The people who are following you in the Instagram, the number matters a lot. So if you are reaching out to the 10,000 mark, you have some features that will become open on your Instagram stories, and that important feature is swipe up option. So from directly from your Instagram story, you can take people to the landing page where you want to take them directly to the story, and for that you need the followers. So time tested strategy is that rather than relying on the new followers, you can take advantage of the people who are already there connected with you on Facebook. So that cross platform strategy works in increasing organically the number of followers on the Instagram. Second, when you are running some contest on Instagram, you can again use the cross platform strategy. You can announce your contest on Facebook. Maybe if you have very good number of followers or the subscribers on the YouTube channel, you can create some good videos and you can invite people through your YouTube videos to connect with you on Instagram. You can also use LinkedIn for that sake, that now you are using Instagram and you have a very good competition or the contest maybe coming on the Instagram. So all those people who have been connected with you on LinkedIn can now join you on Instagram as well. So you can run this kind of contest. You can have some good giveaways, some freebies, some good offers, and just to connect people on your Instagram, just make people follow you on Instagram. You can have all these possibilities that you can use through this cross-platform strategy. You have to focus on multiple sales funnels in the stories. Now, in the next slide, maybe I'm going to talk about the sales funnels. But what exactly sales funnel is very simple, that you have different kind of people who are connected with you on your social networking sites. So basically, when you are thinking about the sales funnel, you have to focus on three major audiences. That is the people who are yet in the mode of awareness. So these are the people who are not uh, uh, who have not understood your product, or maybe not known your company well, and maybe they are not looking for a kind of product or service that you are selling, but maybe in the near future they may look for this kind of products or service. So these people comes under the category of the awareness. Another kind of people for whom you can create the sales funnel are the people who have already gone through the products of yours or maybe your competitors, who know your company and your competitors as well, but then they are confused that which is the better product or maybe which is the better company. So for this sales funnel, you have to create the content that can generate the desire among the people, and that desire can be make them uh, ready to take the action. So that would be your third and final sales funnel focus. So action is nothing but you want people to take an action in terms of giving you the information, generating the leads, or maybe taking them to your e-commerce store, allowing them to select the product and put into the cart, and then they can purchase from the website. That can be an action. If you want to generate the data, if you want to generate the leads, if you want more and more inquiries for your if you belong to the service industry, then basically you want to engage them, generate the desire, and you can give them something that is valuable, and that value will definitely going to prompt them to provide their information. So like this you can collect the information. That is what we normally call the lead generation activity through organic sales funnel strategy. So this sales funnel works so good and so well if and only if you are very much clear about your target market. So just 10 minutes ago, I was discussing this particular example, that if you are selling the laptops and the computer peripherals, you have the different target market for your different products. So talking about the same thing, you can create the sales funnel for all those people who are yet to decide what kind of laptop to purchase, starting from the school students to the business people. Then you can create the sales funnel for all those people on the different target market segments who are confused between your product and the competitor's product. And the third and final, you can create the sales funnel for all those kind of people who are in different sales funnel segments who are willing to purchase. So now they have decided the only thing required is a small push. Your small push can help them taking the decision in your favor, and that again you can do from the Instagram stories. So this is how you have to think, and this is how you have to strategize. Now let us focus more and more uh, before we actually jump on to creating the sales funnel. We have to understand certain more things regarding the Instagram stories. So focus on getting genuine followers on the Instagram. uh, that I don't know, like you guys might have heard about the auto likers and the auto followers. So seriously, I don't believe in all these auto followers and the auto likers software. So please focus on the genuine followers. You require humans, you don't require bots, because generating the number can give you the psychological satisfaction, but that psychological satisfaction is never going to generate the business for your company. So kindly focus on getting genuine followers on the Instagram, and please keep your account away from all these auto likers and auto follower software. Instagram business profile is advisable. So this is how it works. So just suppose that if you have a Facebook page, through the same login, login credential, you can log into your Instagram, and from there you can create your profile, and then you can switch to the Instagram business profile. Now there are certain benefits in business profile in terms of the algorithm. A normal Instagram profile will work little bit differently than the Instagram business profiles algorithm. Second thing, that you will be able to run some advertisements, paid ad campaigns you can do on your business profile. And third, and another more very important feature is the analytics. Yes, you would like to see the analytics, because without seeing the data, you can never refine your strategy. Always remember, guys, in any digital marketing activity, I'm not only talking about the Instagram or maybe Instagram stories, but for any digital marketing activity, defining the strategy is important at the earliest stage. But once you are rolling up with your business, you are moving ahead with your business, refinement of the strategy is also very important. And this refinement of the strategy is only possible if you have a good number of data. So Instagram business profile will help you to see the data. It will give you the analytics, and you can use that data and the analytics to further take some important decisions. The first step before you leverage the Instagram story is organic engagement on the Instagram post. So now you have your Instagram business profile. You have two different kind of content possibilities that you can put on this platform. Number one is obviously the post, and number two is the stories. So your focus has to be initially in generating the Instagram post engagement. So you guys can use some hashtags. Hashtags plays a very vital role. Start with putting some beautiful, attractive content and the designs. You can also focus on the small clips videos, that is somewhere around 30 seconds to 1 minute and not more than that. You have to focus on that. You also need to focus more and more uh, on the creation of the content that is being liked by your audiences, because when your audience likes your content, then only they are going to engage with your post. And this is how Instagram uh, algorithm works. So there are certain things that this algorithm considers, like recency of the post, the frequency of the post, and how many people are following you on your Instagram. The lesser number of people and the frequency of the post is higher, then obviously your post is going to be served to those people on their timeline more frequently. So if you know these small things, and if you keep all small things in your mind, generating the organic engagement on your post will not be a big problem. Also, it will help you in getting the organic followers slowly and steadily. As I said, maintain the post frequency. So please take your Instagram activity so seriously. It shouldn't be like that you are posting some couple of posts today, and then you are not doing any activity on your Instagram for next 2 or 3 days, and then again you are coming back and you are doing something. So it will not it will not engage people anymore. And also the connection between your users and your profile, your business profile, will no more be there, and hence the people who wish to follow you, they will not be able to see any of your content. And meanwhile, if your followers are engaging with the others profiles, other companies profile or other individual profile, then they will not be seeing your content that you are going to put later on after a couple of days. They're not going to see your content as a priority in the top top screen, not even the stories. So story will go back, and it will not come in the front story. Similarly, your post will not come on the top of the screen, but it will be there at the bottom of the screen. So these are some of the tips that you have to understand before you actually start using the Instagram stories. So now, as I said about the Instagram stories funnel, here are two very basic flow that you can use for your funnel. Now, what funnel? So this for the funnel, you can create the funnel for the awareness. You can create the funnel for to generate the desire, and also you can create the funnel to take any particular action. And for any of these three funnels, you can have this kind of strategy. So basically, you guys have to work on various funnels according to the goal. And as I said, your goal can be awareness, desire, and action. So let us consider two different cases. If your Instagram profile is having more than 10,000 followers, then this will be your strategy. That would be story to swipe up, and from swipe up to landing page. So you have to focus on creating the stories that can literally create that kind of desire among the people to swipe up your story. And when they are going to swipe up the story, you are going to put some links. That link can be of your blogs, that link can be of your product page, that link can be of the offer pages and the contest and anything. But make sure that it helps a lot in generating more and more result oriented your sales or maybe your lead generation activities. So this is one of your flow, that is story. From the story, you are asking people to swipe up the story, and by swiping up, they'll be going to the landing page. If you are the newbie, and if you are you don't have that many followers, so if you have less than 10,000 followers, then you will not have that feature of swipe up. So in that case, you have this flow of story. From the story, you have to take people in the bio link. So what is bio link? Bio link is nothing but your profile. That is what Instagram call the profile as a bio. And in the entire Instagram application, the, the only place where you can put the, the link of a website, that is in your bio, that is in your profile. So you have to take people from your story to the bio. In the bio, you have to ask them to click on the link, and by clicking on the link, they can go to your landing page. If you compare the possibility of the people reaching out to the landing page between these two cases, it is very obvious that people, or maybe the profiles that are having more than 10,000 followers, definitely the chances would be very better for them, chances would be very brighter for them, because it is so easy for them just to swipe up, and they can easily go to the landing page. As far as if you talk about the profiles where they don't have this feature of swipe up, it will become a little bit of tedious for the people just to click on your profile, going there and then searching for that link so that they can click and they can go on the landing page. But you don't have any other option until unless you don't have this 10,000 number of followers. So that was the reason that I was discussing about that you may focus on getting more and more organic followers. The quicker you will have this more number of followers, the earlier you might have this swipe up feature activated in your Instagram stories. Okay, so guys, these are some key to success that also you can focus on. Why do we call it story? So basically, story is a story. There is no other reason for that. Story is a story, and you have to become very good storyteller. So when I'm saying that you have to become a very good storyteller, means you should know what people like. So you have to understand the psychology of your target audience. You need to understand the interest of your target audience. You need to understand the behavior of your target audience, and this is a long process. You're not going to come to know overnight what your people like, what your target audience is liking, what's their behavior, what's their interest, what kind of content they are going to see and like. So initially you can run some surveys. You can ask them to go to your survey link. The survey shouldn't be so lengthy, but there should be very basic questions, and you have to keep it in the close answer rather than the open question format, open answer format rather, because when they are going to fill up your survey forms, then only it will give you the idea that what exactly these people are looking for, what is their liking, what is their disliking, and maybe it will help you understand the psychology of your people, and this will lead you to understand the persona of your audience, and all together it will give you more clarity about generation of the content, and then you can become a good storyteller. Storytelling is an art, so maybe not everybody can do that. So if you cannot do, you should have somebody in your team who is good at storytelling. So you have somebody who can do storytelling, you have somebody who can create some good uh, you know content, that is in the terms of the graphics, in the terms of the video, and then you have to upload it on your Instagram stories. You have to use the stickers very effectively. So when I was talking about the stickers, guys, if you are using Instagram, you might be knowing that there are some certain amount of stickers available, and when you can use this certain amount of stickers, you also need to use it so wisely. There are stickers like you can use the polls, as I said earlier. GIF are already available from last couple of years now. Use the question so efficiently. There is a countdown sticker that was launched last year. So if you are having some event recently, you can use this countdown feature very efficiently and effectively. The latest addition is the quiz. So quiz is also very cool feature. And you know what? That I have used this, and believe me, when I was just trying to explore this feature of quiz, the couple of things came into my mind that how people are going to respond to this new feature. So let me explore. Prior to this, I have already explored all the available features, sticker specifically, and poll was very good. initially. And yes, questions, I ask the question so frequently. So question is the feature, the sticker where people normally connect with you. You can open up with them. You can, if you don't want to do any survey, you should use this question feature so smartly. So without doing the survey also, through this question you can come to know. And if there is a 2 point answers, that is either yes or no, or maybe A or B, then you have this another feature, a sticker that is called the poll. You can also use polls, and I think it will also help you to engage people. You will also know about their interest, and that will help you to understand the content. Okay, focus more on the visuals, less on text. When people are there on the stories, they don't want to read basically, because you are not the only person who is putting the story. There are so many other accounts to which these people are following. They're already uploading the stories. Now, when there are so many stories, they will definitely going to get confused. They can get bored. So rather than focusing more on the writing long and lengthy text, you please focus on the visuals, because visuals will take little amount of time, and that will speak a lot. You can do some combination of the video and image because it works best. So you have to create some grouping. So you have to think like this, that if you are going to have some 3 or 5 group of the stories, and in this 3 or 5 group of stories you are going to take user one by one from one screen to another screen, and from another screen to the third, fourth, and then fifth screen. So maybe your fifth screen can be your call to action, from where people can go to your landing page. But uh, uh, in the first 4 or 5 screens, you can use the combination of video and image. So what I'm saying, let me show you, because it will give you more clarity. So here I have 2 examples. Though I have not used video, but yes, I have used the text and the images only. And in the multiple screens, I could take people to the ultimate goal, that what I wanted. And believe me, I could be able to do that. And I will also share you the response. So here is the first example. So here 2 screens are there. In the number 1 screen, if you can see that I announced something related to my own YouTube channel. So I have my YouTube channel, and I run this series called Ask Bhautik, where people come and they ask the question related to digital marketing, and I try to cover up their questions, and I answer them, and then I post it on my Facebook and my YouTube. So the first screen shows that, would you like to feature with me in my next Ask Bhautik video? So that was an open invitation to the people who really wish to join with me in my video. So they will have this opportunity to get featured with me in my video. Then I kept a sticker of next. So they should know that now they have to swipe in the for the next story. The second screen, as you can see here, is something related to, I'm saying that, okay, fine, good. So then you have decided. So cool. Now those who love to join me can tap yes, and I select any one. So now next, in the next button, I'm going to keep yes and no, right? So that is the sticker. The sticker is basically that poll. And the same question I have kept in the poll, and there was 2 options, yes and no. And then if you see here, uh, again you can see that there are multiple different kind of screens you can see. Then there are different kind of stickers I again use, that is these are recent quiz that I have used later on in the same contest. And if you will see very closely, there are 4 different options in the screen 1 in the example. So the question was something related to what kind of video you wish me to use, right? What kind of video you wish me to put or shoot along with you. So then there was a question like social media, SEO, conversion, content, and below that you can see the answers. People were responding, and above these options, if you can see somewhere, then you can see that number, right? So there are, when I took the screenshot, there are 422 people have seen these stories, and they have responded. Many of them have responded. So I came to know that most of the people are showing their interest in the social media and the content. So that gave me the clarity that what kind of video I need to create. And those who have said yes, I decided to feature them in my next video. Then in the next screen, there was a question related to that, show your readiness, how curious you are to get featured with me in my next video. So then I became a bit I use some emojis rather than yes, no, I am interested, I am more interested, oh man, I'm curious to. No. So I decided let people think more and more about this. I wanted them to engage more. So I decided to put some different types of emojis. So the first emojis was the dancing emojis, the second was the cartwheel emoji, and third was nothing but the finger cross emoji. And then I kept it open on the users that whatsoever they think, so whether they feel like dancing, if they are featuring with me in my video, they are feeling like going through this cartwheel kind of activity, or maybe they are just keeping their finger crossed and they're expecting me to choose them to come with me on my next video. And again, you can see at the below there are some answers people were responding, and on the basis of these two combinations of the answers, I picked up the winners. I announced that later, and very soon I'm going to shoot a video with them, and I'm going to upload it on my Facebook and YouTube. But obvious. So guys, this is one of the examples. I created this sales funnel just to engage people. So that the idea was very clear. I wanted to engage people. I wanted them to show that I care for them. I wanted them to show that I know what kind of interest you are having, specifically related to the digital marketing field, what kind of content they are more interested. So I did not go with the kind of online survey forms and all that, but rather I decided to keep using this new feature of quiz. And I also collected the data by understanding their interest, that whether they are interested to see more about social media, SEO, conversion, or on the content, anything. So this was one of the examples. The second example is this. So now this is related to this GDMS. So I just I made it open for the people who are following me. So in my first screen, I just announced that if do you want free registration pass for Global Digital Marketing Summit, and then I will provide to 10 select followers quick. So then now again, it was simple, yes or no. And then uh, in the next screen, that is the result that I have shared with the people. So do you want free registration pass for Global Digital Marketing Summit? And the answer, yes. So guys, all the people who answered me, there was not a single person who said no. And all the people who answered were yes. So 100% yes answer I got. And then I did like this. Now here you can see there are three screens. In the first screen, this is a screenshot of the users who have responded yes. This is the first screenshot. So I took this screenshot, and I along with this screenshot, I wrote something like this, that here are the 11, instead of 10 I chose 11. Here are the 11 chosen winners who have been sent the registration link to attend Global Digital Marketing Summit for free. So I sent them the personal message. In the next two screens, if you can see, these are two of the winners to whom I literally send this registration link and the brief description about the event. So you can see the response that thank you very much sir, and thumbs up. Matlab, it means that the user is very happy. The third screen is, if you can see again, the user is so happy, got the ticket, thank you. So this is how people got engaged. They got some reward of following me. Now you know what, these are the people who will stay with me, because not I'm giving them something, but because they have responded to the stickers I posted on the stories. So this is how Instagram story algorithm works. If any poll or the question or the quiz you are posting on the Instagram story, and those people who are responding to your poll, responding to your quiz, they are going to get the priority in showing your content in the future. So now all these people If I'm so regular in posting my stories, the chances of my story to stay in front is higher. And this is what I wanted. I wanted people to see my story. So that was the reason. This is the goal of this second example. So guys, this is how you can create your own strategy and you can use all these things. So couple of takeaways keep in mind, guys. So people engage to your stories if they like the content. So right, so if you want people to engage with you, they must like your content. But they go down the funnel if they find the value in the content. So if you are looking for the conversion, if you are looking for sales conversion or lead generation, you have to create the kind of stories, you have to focus on the content in which they can find some value. If you are providing the value, they will go down the funnel. If you are providing the content that is more to be likable rather than the valuable, they will like the content. That's it. The conversion through the stories highly depends on the reward you are offering. So you have to put these things in your strategy before you start using all these things, and specifically Instagram stories, that what kind of reward you are going to offer. And as I said earlier, to decide on the rewards, you must know the target audience. Kindly make sure that your target audience may expect something else from you and you might be offering something else. So in that case, even though if you are offering, your strategy will not work. And that was one of the reasons that you have to do some survey. You have to understand what is their liking and the disliking. If you can do that, maybe they'll be at the better position to find some value in your content. Once in a while, also bring people on websites landing page, and this is what your work would be, because you can use these Instagram stories so efficiently to increase the traffic on the website. And as I said earlier, if you have the swipe up option open, you can put the website's link and you can take the traffic to your website. If you do not have that swipe up option, still you can push them to your bio link. From the bio link, they can come on your website. And finally, if you are working on multiple conversion stories within 24 hours, use the app like Linktree. So guys, Linktree is a website, that is how it is written, like linktr.ee. So this is the website. There are some other website also, but I'm using this website from last couple of years now. So, but obviously there is only one website link that you can put in your bio. So this link tree allows you to put multiple links. So when you are creating multiple conversion stories, you wish to have more and more links that you can put in your bio. So if you are using this application, this website, you will put more than one links, and for all your stories and for all your conversion stories, you can put some multiple landing pages. Please don't repeat the reward in a short time period, because people, it shouldn't be a common thing for the people. And if you are again and again announcing some reward and the reward are almost similar kind of thing, then people might lose their interest. You should run frequent campaigns on the story. Story should involve your people, your manpower, your human capital. That is what we call the behind the scenes stories. This is what people love the most. How your company works, what is the environment of your company, what is the culture of the company, how do people work over there, and all these things that normally they don't see. Those kind of content will attract them a lot. And guys, if required, you can run ads on Instagram stories for the conversion. So you know that there is the ad possibility that you can run from the Facebook ads. In the Facebook ad, when you want to target Instagram people, you can go in the placements, you can choose the Instagram. So there will be two options, Instagram feeds and Instagram stories. You can run your ads on both these features, Instagram feeds and the stories. And when you're running the ad on the Instagram stories, you don't require to have this 10,000 plus barrier, because through the ads, directly people can swipe up your story and they can go to the landing page. So this is my final suggestion, that please invest some money in your advertisements along with your organic activity, and definitely it is going to give you the good result as well. So this is from my side, guys. If you have some questions, you can write down in the chat box, so maybe I will be able to see your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Bhautik Sheikh, for your wonderful presentation done on the topic of Instagram stories, engagement to conversion. Dear participants, if you have any questions, please share the questions in the chat box so that Mr. Bhautik Sheikh will explain you on this.
So you can ask any question related to Instagram. If it is not related to stories, maybe anything related to the other strategies. Okay, I think somebody is typing the question. Okay, so the question is something like this: why Instagram is highly preferred than other social media? So, Caddy, I already mentioned that earlier that the number of users on Instagram have crossed 1 billion mark, and overall 500 daily active users are there on the Instagram stories. So basically, this is one of the major reasons that more and more people have started using Instagram, uh, and that is the reason that it has become highly preferred marketing platform for the marketers. Second thing, the company Facebook itself is promoting a lot Instagram, and they have a very good features. They are very frequently they're updating and upgrading this application. So what next we can expect from Instagram? So right now we know that Instagram is basically a mobile app, but you never know that they can bring the website version of Instagram. And believe me, if they're going to bring up the website version of the Instagram, that maybe it will impact more people might start using Instagram. And this is so cool because it has brought up the story feature. If you see the Instagram prior to the story era, or prior to the story feature, people even started getting bored with the Instagram, and that was one of the biggest reasons that Facebook launched stories. And if you see right now on all the platform of the Facebook owned companies, that is Facebook itself, Instagram and WhatsApp, this all these three platforms have this 24 hours time period constraint content. So WhatsApp has a status, Instagram and Facebook, they are having the stories. So I believe that it is inspiring people. So you can put two types of content. Number one, that you wish to stay, if you wish that content should stay on your app. And number two, you wish that you don't want the content to stay there forever. So you can opt for 24 hours, and that is why stories has been introduced and people are loving it.